Hey guys, welcome to Deku Tarot and to the weekend read and winter solstice read for December 21st to the 22nd of 2019. We're at the end of the decade. Let me just try to shift this a little bit. I'm not in my usual spot, as you can tell. Actually up in the Northeast visiting my family for the end of this year. So, let me get myself all situated here. It's always hard to start live at a place where you're not always. So let's get into the energy here. The sun is now in Capricorn. I actually don't know what the moon is in. No, I don't know what the moon is in actually because I don't have my moon diaries. For those of you who know the astrology, let me know in the comments below because I forgot to bring it with me. And I also forgot to look it up before I started the video apparently. So, happy holidays and Yuletide blessings to all of you guys. Let's see how this weekend plays out here. I feel, with the winter solstice, there's a really interesting, heavier, darker energy kind of playing out. It is the longest time of the year. For a lot of people, it's the coldest, unless you're in the southern hemisphere, in which case, yay, it's probably summer for you guys. So, congrats to you. Let me make sure that all my chat is visible here. And we're gonna see how this weekend plays out, how the winter solstice plays out, the darkest time of the year. So let's see. I believe some people call it Saturnalia as well. Just a little fun tidbit. We're using the Hobbit Tarot here to start this off. Let's see how the energy plays out this weekend. I do want to say thank you guys so much for all of your support. If you haven't, do check out your monthlies. Do check out the 2020 reads. Those are coming out. I will not be able to get the rest of them out for a little bit though. So be patient with me. It is the holidays, I'm not home, and I would love to get all of them out as soon as possible, but I got stuff to do. So enjoy the ones that are out, and I'll have the rest out soon enough, and then we'll get into the January reads, which will be a little bit shorter because we are doing the 2020. Oh, interesting. I see now. This is an interesting energy here. So let's see. Let's see. Oh, I can't wait to tell you guys what we got here. Oh gosh, where is this energy leading? What's happening this weekend? Hello, Never Fear Steve. Oh, hello, Steve. I was like, Never Fear Steve. Read that a little bit backwards. Hello, Steve. Happy holidays, Yuletide blessings, guys, again. For those of you just joining. And always, thanks for sticking with me for the live. And if if you haven't hit that little wiggly bell and subscribed, if you do, you'll always know when I go live. You can even ask some questions at the end of readings. It's a fun time here. So let's see. 3 cards out so far, and I'm not going to tell you what they are until they're all out because this is gonna be an interesting one. Let's just say that. It's gonna be some big stuff here. Hi, Steve. Thank you so much. I'm a big fan of you for saying you're a big fan. Wow. Oh boy, this is gonna be an interesting day. Or, well, 48 hours. Isn't it? Okay, so let's continue to see how this plays out. And I'm not ready to pull the last one yet. I think that we're gonna have to kind of get there. So let's see. My hair is getting crazy right now. And it's very, very cold up here. It was like 20 degrees when I last checked. So this is very different for me. So I had to go out and buy myself a new jumper. Let's check this out. Can't help but say, thank you. Can't help but notice here, we got some triangulated situations. For those of you in any type of triangulated love circumstance, when you get the 3 of Cups reversed with the 3 of Swords, how do I describe this? It kind of just feels like... Hi, Steve. Thank you so much. Thank you, Steve, so much for your donation. That really means a lot to me. I forgot that I actually set up like super chat here, so thank you so much. Shout out to you. Happy holidays to you. If you want to ask a little question at the end, go for it. I'll pull a card on it for you. Okay? Three of Cups reversed, Three of Swords. This is some triangulated energy. We got stuff going on here that is a little bit less than stellar. And I'm going to try to find a way to word this that doesn't sound so harsh and maybe a little bit offensive. But in a way, actually, instead of Morgan Greer, let's actually grab for the Hermetic. It's going to be a tarot smorgasbord kind of day here, I feel. We're going to have a lot of decks out because this is a weird vibe. And the winter solstice, I feel, is bringing out some really interesting viewpoints on a situation that has let me make sure my chat actually stays up here. Oh, hold on one second. I'm in a reading, Dad. I'm doing a reading right now live, so now everybody can say hi to my dad. And I hope you guys all heard that. That just made me laugh quite a bit there. I had a feeling that was gonna happen. So instead of Scylla barking, we have my dad yelling in the video today. Ooh, okay. Okay, for those of you dealing with a fire sign, yeah, this is a triangulated situation, but there's also this really strange, is what I want worth this outcome? Or am I delving too much into something that could hurt me? It's needing to take an outside perspective and step away here, I think, from your emotions. Yeah, okay. Okay. So yeah, in the face of this interesting energy, I'm actually going to pull this card here as well. Pull it back up here for you. So we get Three of Swords, Three of Cups reverse, and the Fool right here. The King of Wands, the Empress, the Four of Pentacles. King of Wands for me is that essence of energy that's with all this triangulation here. This is what we want. This is our passions. This is something that is kind of driving us. Hi. And, oh, hi, Shirley. Empress here, Four of Pentacles. For me, it's a real sense or a real energy of grounding. Because the Empress for me, as you guys know, if you watch me a lot, the Empress is kind of my Taurian energy. The Hierophant for me is a little bit more spiritual and a little bit more, it's just a little bit different for me, even though that is the traditional card of the of Taurus. For me, Empress always represents kind of Taurian energy. It's waiting, it's having patience, it's manifesting, it's knowing, you know, the abundance will roll in, the material, physical comfort of abundance here. So we have this really, really good ability to kind of shift perspectives about a situation that could be really, either we've been delving too much into this triangulated situation. Maybe somebody has kind of been leading us on, or we've been trying to delve into some type of energy here that just is a little bit excessive. I really don't know how to describe that. But the Fool and the Two of Wands here is, again, needing to look at things in different perspective, needing to sit back and say, okay, well, here we're at. Like, this is where we're at here. Where are we going to go with this energy? Because right now, the Three of Cups, there has been, there's been a disillusionment here, there has been illusory energy that has kind of delved you into this, it's fine, just keep, this makes me feel good in the moment, and I'm not going to think about the consequences later on. That's where I'm getting here. That's what we're getting to. And because we've been doing that so much, it's starting to create this really painful triangulation in our life here with the Three of Swords, which is delay, disappointment. I mean, this is the feeling of heartbreak, when you choose power over emotion. Is really what you need to know about that. And I say that because, again, we have a choice, power or emotion. How are we going to look at the situation? Put your feelings in their place and look at them from a different perspective today. Because I think if you step back from something, it's almost like, it's weird because right before I started this, I saw this tweet and they were talking about first versus 12th house, first house versus 12th house, centric people and how they view themselves. And it kind of makes me feel like we need to step outside of our own box here. Stop looking at it from our perspective. Start looking at it from somebody else's perspective, and you might gain a lot of insight and be able to, again, like the Fool, gain a new perspective without really seeing where this whole situation is going to take you. Because I do think it's interesting. It's such a weird flippy-floppy thing because you need to ground yourself and you need to be thinking about the long term. And yet you've been in this energy of not thinking forward and not, well, hopefully they will, surely. But I'm having a hard time wording this one right because it's so straight. Ace of Wands here comes after that. And for me, you know, with the 2 Wands and the Ace of Wands, I can't help but notice that also creates a 3. We have a third way forward here, which we haven't tried. And maybe we've looked at, you know, okay, I did this in the past, and what did it do for me? I've been in this energy long enough. I've been giving this too much, you know, again, thought energy, a lot of illusory energy, not believing it, or maybe believing too much in something that shouldn't be believed in, if anything. Something that isn't really real, but that feels good to you has been taking our control. And it's bringing about a really painful triangulation. So it is, again, time to look at how we move from here, how we kind of progress forward. How do we communicate? 2 of Wands, Ace of Wands, it feels like, you know, you're looking back, you're looking forward. Where do I stand in the middle of all this? Where do I stand? Where does this other person stand? And how do we go forward from here? Ace of Wands, the Sun, and the 10 of Wands are what come out. Now, we already looked at the Ace, but that kind of talks about that to me as well. Ace of Wands and the Sun, that is a lot of fire energy, visible energy. For me, Ace of Wands is that new path forward, very new energy. Let's push on towards something brand new. Let's find a new way to communicate. Let's bring passion back into something. But with the Sun and that Ace of Wands, it feels like there's kind of a breakthrough. This is the breakthrough. 10 of Wands, a breakthrough in realizing what we've been carrying, which is 10 Wands that we probably didn't need to carry this whole time. What kind of energy have we allowed to oppress us? And it feels like, to me, the root of all that comes from this. And it's time to end some type of disillusionment and really do something good for ourselves today. So let's actually get some Morgan Greer. See, I told you it's going to be a tarot smorgasbord. We're using 3 different tarot decks, and then we're going to move on to the oracles. And again, guys, if you're just joining, happy winter solstice. Make sure to check out your January monthlies and love readings for all the signs. Your sun, moon, rising, and Venus, they're all up. And the 2020 reads, we have almost, I think we have half up right now. So I'm going to try to get to those as soon as possible. But as you can see, again, I'm not where I usually am. So it's a little bit tough. So let's see now. Ace of Wands, the Sun, 10 of Wands. Okay, there we go. Okay, what's this all about? Give me one more. Where does this leave you in this situation? There's definitely going to be communication here. But we have to really work on our boundaries. Okay. 8 of Wands comes out under all this with the Queen of Cups and then the Sun again. We have 2 Sun cards. Internal realizations bring out external realizations. So we're having an awakening in both areas. And if you're a reader yourself, a psychic, any type of metaphysical worker, any type of intuitive slab within you, you're going to really resonate. And it's going to be really important that you look within at this time and really, yes, look at it from your own perspective, but also again from the outside perspective. You know, she's the diviner. She really looks at her feelings, the Queen of Cups. She looks into that and says, how am I feeling? What's really going on here? The Queen of Cups is that kind of empathetic, emotional energy. Could also be that we're dealing with some water signs today, or possibly a Leo. I don't like to get too caught up with the signage, though, in dailies. I don't think it's as important. But it's, you know, realizing, you know, there's communication that comes in today. Or, you know, again, this weekend, because we're talking about a couple days. There's communication. Obviously, when you get the Ace of Wands, the Sun, and then the 8 of Wands, something is being communicated. There is movement forward. There is progression. But it only comes through when you have really sat down and looked at your feelings, look at where you stand in all this, and kind of feel your way through it. I don't think we can really say that one side is right, one side is wrong. And this feels like it is connected to the readings we've been getting lately. We've been getting some really weird readings, right, about right versus wrong, and sometimes how right and wrong aren't the same for us as as we would apply them to others, or just in life in general. Sometimes situations call for a different type of balance and a different type of measurement. You know, we talked about that before. It was like this week, I think, that we had a couple readings on that. But underneath all of this, what this is about and what this brings up here, we see that we have the 9 of Wands in between the 6 of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles. This is exactly stay or go. What will you do? Where do your boundaries lie? Will you sit exactly where you are? It might be really comfortable right there. You might really want to appreciate the stability you've accumulated, and you don't want to mess it up. Hi, I'm glad that you came, even if you're late. But 9 of Wands here always talks about strength in our own boundaries, around our heart, around our life here. But how do I describe this? It's very there's been a struggle, obviously, and it feels very internal to you. You know, do I allow this energy in again, or do I start putting up walls? This is very much, again, about power plays. There's a lot of elements to this reading, and I hope I'm not just totally confusing all of you, because there is a lot going on here, obviously. There's a lot of elements, there's a lot of levels, there's a lot to be looked at, and I can't wait to pull an oracle so that we can really define all of this. But Six of Swords on the other side of it says, will you leave it all behind and move forward? And what does that even mean in this situation? What would you need to leave behind to get to where you know, what is tempting you? What makes you happy at this time? What all of this is about. Measuring the right and the wrongs and where you're going to go from there, and really what's best for you. But also needing to take a step back and really evaluate what's really best for the other people involved in this situation. And have I even thought about, you know, long term, how this could really play out, the consequences. Oof, okay. These are really big reads. Again, I knew it was going to be a big read because it's the winter solstice, but let's check this out here. Let's get some oracles, because there has been a lot going on here and we got a lot to define, right? So let's get some oracles. Again, thank you guys so much for donating in the super chat. Thank you so, so much, Steve. I really appreciate that. That was so kind. You and Orla are my first people to really use the super chat after I figured it out, so thank you. So let's see here. Let go of control issues. Oh God, I feel that we're gonna get a very specific card out of There are some days when I pick up my Doreen Virtue Romance Angel Oracle deck, and I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not the biggest fan of the love oracle cards. I'm not the biggest fan of Doreen Virtue. She's just not really my style or vibe. But I use these for love readings, and I feel the only time I'm super called to use them, and I'm like, this is the time to use it, is when I'm going to get this flag. When I know the second before I even turn on the camera, I was like, I knew I was going to get this today. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. And that somewhere in between that and let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. But do pay attention to the red flags. Snaps for these crazy messages, okay? About to start your own company with employees. Actually, better time now than during some of the retrogrades we're about to hit in 2020. So not a bad time, actually. I feel like this is probably a blessed time to start new business, new employees. So don't worry too much about that. It doesn't feel like it would be negative for that. Invisibility, authenticity, holy. All right. Guys, the messages today are big. Where is this book? I wish you guys could see how messy this desk is all out of nowhere. Like, I just destroyed it. Invisibility, authenticity. So, let's look at this. The concept of invisibility is a double-edged sword. Whilst it is a powerful tool to be able to gain information or to assist whilst no one sees, individuals using it are privy to information that may not be meant for them, and it may be taken out of context or unethically. It is a power of manipulation and easily abused. The idea of hiding away and not being seen is also a big part of the dark side of this concept. We are all born to shine our light out into the world and to take our roles, hiding our talents, not expressing our true selves, stealing others' ideas or work, and being someone else rather than your authentic self are all aspects to consider should this card appear in your reading. Today, that's what it is. It's really looking at authenticity in a different light. And I do think that you have to really determine from yourself and your perspective and the situation's perspective, as well as the other person's perspective, what is really authentic in this situation and what needs to be shifted so that we can get to a more authentic and real point. All right, so those are the messages, guys, for the weekend. I'll pull a couple cards for just a couple people for some just like fun little questions here at the end if you want. We'll see what comes up. But I'm not going to stay for too much longer because I actually am going to be making you guys a weekly read. Over the next 2 weeks, instead of dailies, we're going to be doing weeklies because I am away and I just don't really have time to do dailies right here at the end of the month. But you can always, pop on here, especially on Instagram. I'll probably be doing some live ones as well. So if you haven't followed me on Instagram, go and do that, because if I'm going to do any dailies or live reads over the next couple weeks, it'll be there for sure. But let's pull some cards here. If anyone has any little quick questions, one card questions, you can go and put those in the energy you get for you, Steve. Okay, I was gonna say, Steve, you're definitely up first. So let's see. Let me just put all these babies away. let's see if I can keep this. There we go. Thank you. I don't like to do love readings that much. I only do them when I'm called to, actually. So just another level, you're right. I don't really like to do love readings. It's not my bag as a reader. I find that most people that come to me actually for readings come to me when they're going through spiritual awakenings, when they're exploring tarot and spirituality themselves, and when they have career, guidance that they need. I find that it's more about, connecting with your higher self. And I have a very specific, I feel like, group of people that come to me for reads, and I love you all. So let's see. Let's get a message for Steve here about the energy we get for him. I'm going to get your current energy, and then we're going to look at your energy moving forward a little bit. And again, guys, if you haven't subscribed and hit that wiggly bell, do so, and you'll always know when I'm live. And it's always going to be fun. You'll also know when I post up the rest of my 2020 and January read. So Steve Stanell. So let me connect to his higher self, spirit guides, and all those that need to come through. Current energy for Steve Stanell. Woo! We'll take it. What's this? You have some good energy, Steve. Good stuff. I don't know what your sign or your sun sign is. And it's actually, unless it's an Aries, in which case I can see that. But Six of Swords, Page of Wands, Three of Coins. But I don't feel like you're an Aries. Six of Swords is your first card out here, so that's really, really nice. You're moving on from a negative place, leaving emotional, issues, or again, a fight in the past, something that has left us kind of empty, because Five of Swords is usually, not usually, it's always the card before the Six of Swords. And that usually indicates a fight, a loss, somebody kind of ghosting you, hurting you, or a situation leaving you in maybe not the best position. Six of Swords is moving on. We're going to take the lessons, not the emotions. Page of Wands, discovering new things about ourselves, putting out new energy, starting something new. I really like the Page of Wands because he kind of, he's very exploratory. It's, that essence of fire. Like, where am I going to go? He's that essence of, let's go on an adventure. So this is a very adventurous energy. You're ready to move on and really become more aligned and build new foundations in mind, body, and soul here. Because Three of Coins to me is, again, building a foundation of mind, body, and soul. Those three elements. Something that is solid that we can build off of and really continue to create the life that we want. So this is really, really nice. I do think that you're headed towards a really stabilized energy. We're leaving things in the past here. We're in this wonderful, like, upbeat kind of energy. I love the Page of Wands as, like, an energy, especially to end 2019 with. So Steve, this is a really nice little mini read for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Did that help, or did you like it? I hope so. Let's see here. I'm trying to look at all my chat here. Yay. The Hobbit deck is so cool. Thank you. I actually like this. So, okay, some people will get the Lord of the Rings deck. Not a fan. I looked at that actually the other day, and I thought, I'll be honest, my mom thinks that this deck is ugly. That deck is very ugly. And I'm not trying to, like, come at the artist or anything, but that deck was just very ugly, and I had no connection with it the way I do with the Hobbit. I love this deck. Thank you so much, Steve. Let me pull you an oracle. Let's finish actually out with a little oracle. If anyone else has any one-card pulls, I can do that as well. We'll do a couple more. Hi, Bay. I like that it's Bay new. Hey, Bay. So, Steve, let's pull a card for you. Werewolf, exploring wildness. And that's very much, that Page of Wands kind of energy. So this is really a time for you to explore and have a good time and just really reconnect here with the universe, and especially the physical world. The werewolf is a card. Okay, just another level. I'll do one for you as well. The werewolf is a kind of shapeshifter, but one that has traditionally had little control over his wildness. In a way, an inner battle between civilization and wild animal nature fights inside the one body. The vitality, strength, and freedom of the animal versus the reason, control, and intellect of the man. Which one, though, is the dominant force? What is the healthy balance between our animal nature, one that is wild, free, and connected to nature, and our radically civilized humanness separate from or dominant over nature? The werewolf asks us to consider this balance and to delve into our own ideas of wildness, independence, and custodianship of the planet. When is the last time you spent all day outside? When is the last time you threw your head back and howled at the moon? Do you quash the vitality and curiosity of your body and mind by sitting all day in front of a computer? The werewolf challenges you to weave a balance between nature and your own nature. This is a really nice message. So those are your messages, Steve. Thank you so much again for the donation. I really appreciate that. Super Chat's actually getting used. I forgot that I even set it up, honestly. I always forget that, so thanks. Blessings, Yuletide blessings to you. So let's pull a card here. Let me make sure, because my chat keeps disappearing on me. One card, okay. What deck do you want me to use? just another level. Because I got a bunch of decks here. We got the Klimt deck, we got the Hobbit deck, we got the Hermetic deck, and we got the Morgan Greer. And we also have my Usi Pagan Otherworlds deck, actually. I forgot that I brought that too. The Hobbit, yes. All right, so let's see. Just another level. Let's see. Energy for her. Just one card. Message from her. Oh, almost forgot a couple cards there. From her higher self. Oh, how could it not be? He's amazing. I'll be honest, my first crush was Link. My first female crush was Zelda, so it was a very complicated situation for me. Let's see. Link and Zelda from The Legend of Zelda. I'm a giant nerd. Loving the SC. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, pull one more. Interesting. Okay. So, messages from your higher self. If you were having trouble moving on from something here, or if you're kind of mourning the loss, like not or unable to really connect with somebody, because for me, the Five of Cups in this deck talks about a wall. You know, Bilbo's trying to make it through, and he's invisible. So what he could really do is just kind of divert the situation and find a different way in. But instead, he's like, I can't get through this locked door, and I'm invisible, and he doesn't even see me, and like, why can't I get through this door? But he's not being very rational, because Five of Cups says, you know, it's time to move forward and see what else is out there, to be thankful what we do have, and not look at things in such a negative aspect of loss, and, you know, what is the word I'm looking for? What is the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word right now. I don't know what's wrong with me with that. I was like, there's a word. It'll come to me in a second. Whenever that happens, I know there's something else coming in. But your second card is the Lover. So you do have, thank you, the super chat in mine. Let me see. But yeah. Yes, it probably is a hard letting go of something. But look at this. Like, look at your card that also comes out with it, because two cards came out for you. The Lovers. You have a choice to enter something new, to really put your all into something really special here. For me, again, yeah, the Lovers is a choice, but it's also a choice of the path that we know and the path of something that we could truly, truly love and really enjoy here. You have an opening here to choose a new path forward, and it's really great. This is the choice. So will you go back to what was, or will you experience something that's new? Also, Lovers to me is kind of a really intense, like, coming together of your higher self and you kind of merging to become something better. It's there to offer you the support and really be with you, you know, for you to become more of your higher self as you enter this new phase forward. Whew, some big messages for you. I'll pull one more card from one more person. Thank you, Larry. Do you want me to pull a card for you? Thank you. And I really like that little gold picture, dude. I'll pull a card for you. Yeah. And then I'm actually going to pop off, guys, because I have to go and actually get your weekly read all set up because I got stuff to do today. Awesome. Yay. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, then really take it. That's literally like a fiance giving you a business loan. That's a great card for the Lovers. Let me post a link for you, Larry. And thank you so much. Thank you so, so much, guys, for all of your support. I really do appreciate it. For the super chat. Ooh, Larry, things are good for you. Where are we going? Messages for the path ahead for him. Starting to get warm. I feel like my dad got home and just cranked the heat. So now I'm like, ugh, starting to feel very Floridian in here. Maybe some fights. Be careful of that. Try to look at things from a perspective. Because underneath that, what popped out right there for some issues that might come up here, 5 of Swords, 10 of Swords, Larry. So we might have some fights, or we might need to let go really of something where maybe somebody took from us, somebody started a fight, whatever it is. I just want to, okay. What did you say here? Just trying to make sure. You just want the Lovers. I know. I wish it was always nice cards, right? But sometimes your higher self is like, hey, move on and let something go here. It's time for an ending here. And it's time for rebalancing. Ask if we need it. We also be receiving some gifts of money, some really nice things here that are balancing things out, because 6 of Coins is truth balancing things out, because 6 of Coins is also that lower echo of the Justice card for me. The Queen of Wands and the 4 of Cups is where we're headed. 4 of Cups wasn't upright or reversed. So I would say, look at where we're dissatisfied and put some really positive energy moving forward. Start, you know, thinking about ways we can, you know, especially get back on top of business and creativity, communication. Queen of Wands is that fiery, bursting energy. You know, she's a go-getter. She's that Aries, Sag energy. She's more Aries to me than Sag, honestly. So try to think of, you know, more, she's also kind of my business bitch energy, if I'm being honest. So if it's business that's an issue here and money, put an end to what takes from you and what has been left in the past, because you have a lot of good stuff coming in, but we have to let go of any dissatisfaction and really put a lot of positive and forward moving energy towards wherever Aries. So seems good. I'll pull one more out for you because I feel like your cards weren't as positive. It's not always that negative cards are negative. Five of Swords, Ten of Swords actually feels very refreshing to me. Let go of a fight. Let go of a situation. Start pulling out the swords if anyone has betrayed you or hurt you here. And start building yourself back behind. There's a lot of sword energy, so it's a lot of mental energy that is helping you overcome some emotional dissatisfaction. So this is really nice. Ground yourself in the present. Move on out there. I mean, Bilbo's literally like, I'm just gonna slide over these wargs and they're not gonna bother me. I'm gonna keep on going. So try to see life as that, Larry. Okay, thank you guys so much for all of your support. It's been fun doing lives, and if you want to see more lives over the next couple weeks, because I won't have much time here, and I'll be doing, have a good day to you too, and I'll be doing just weekly for the next couple weeks over here. I might end up doing some random live reads and daily reads over on Instagram. That's probably, I mean, that's what my plan is. So keep an eye out over there. Go follow me on Instagram if you haven't, and you can probably, you know, hit me up for some, or see some live readings I'll be doing there. And yeah, guys, check out the 2020 reads that are up. Check out your monthlies for December, for the love readings, as well as the general for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. And if you haven't, again, guys, remember to subscribe, hit that wiggly bell. You'll be notified whenever I go live and whenever I post up a video. The 2020 reads will be out as soon as I can get them out, okay? They take a lot of energy and a lot of time, and obviously I'm not home right now, so it's tough. And no problem, Larry Burnett Jr. Thank you so much. Thank you, Steve. God bless. Blessings to all of you. Yuletide blessings, Saturnalia blessings, also known as winter solstice, summer solstice for some of you, I think. Blessings. Thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Namaste.